Yes, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Sorry, I was finishing eating a minstrel. Look, who doesn't like minstrels? It is Wednesday. That means today is Lubo and Savva Ask Us Anything. That's at 6 p.m. tonight, not the normal 5 p.m. But first, Tottenham Hotspur. We're in the news every day. Are we in the news for the right reasons? You decide. Are we in the news for the right reasons? Almost starting to get bored of the Morgan Gibbs White situation. But last night, we did hear this rumour that was flying around. And we love a rumour. We love a report that Tottenham are after one of Brighton's stars. But we don't know who. And as overactive as overactive-minded football fans, we start going, oh, it's definitely him. No, it's definitely him. No, but he makes more sense. And that's what we love about football, right? So I have asked the shameless question in the chat and said, right, which Brighton star are Spurs after? Now, we might not be after anyone, but lots of reports are suggesting it. Belieber has got 51% of the vote so far. Matoma, 27%. Estepanan, 8%, and somebody else, 13%. You've also got players like Ayari, Matt O'Reilly. You've got, why can I not think of his name? Van Hecker at the back as well. Dunk. I mean, there's a lot of players, isn't there, at Brighton that would probably seamlessly join Tottenham Hotspur. But first of all, good morning to you all. Can't do everyone, but big up Jeremy, Scott, Drula, Marianne, David, Rick Kane, Ediz, Tony Rodriguez, Mick Coys, John Bristow, Steve Combo. Who else we got? We've got Anthony inside the place, Luke Sculthorpe. We've got Yud. Just Yid. That's it, Yid. Hi, Savva from a cold Sydney. Big up, Bill. Hope you're well. Robert Wilson is inside the place as well. Alex Dennison, Mark Taylor, Carl Madden, Martin Walton, Carlson, Danny Taylor, Andy Lester, Neil Clark, yada, 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 yada. My man Paul Watkins is inside the place as well. There's a lot of people in here. So happy Wednesday to you. God, it's bright today. It's a bit brighter than yesterday. I thought it was so bright and hot. I'm not going to put any wax, any powder, anything in my hair. And then what you get is this kind of monstrosity going on. But look, this is a day in which we're seeing that Brentford are bidding for Amari Hutchinson of Ipswich. Good little player, Amari Hutchinson. Could be a good move for Brentford. Is it to replace Mbuemo, to play with Mbuemo? Ashley Young looks like he's on his way back to Watford at the ripe old age of 40. We've just had the Sean Longstaff has had the here we go, and Newcastle have authorised for him to have a medical at Leeds United. Luis Diaz remains open to leave Liverpool if a good proposal arrives for the club. This is all Romano, by the way. This is all Romano. Noni Madueke has signed his contract at Arsenal, so the ex-Spurs boy is now an Arsenal boy with a few clubs in between. Who else you got here? And this one was interesting. Atletico Madrid remain keen on signing Ademola Lookman in case of more exits. I'm going to ask the question to you lot. I haven't seen many links of us and Ademola Lookman, but wouldn't you take him on our left-hand side? If I said to you right now, you're going to have Kudus on the right, Ademola Lookman on the left, and Maddison in the middle, would you take that? Because I would. At the moment, we've got Tell. And I don't care how all these people try and spin it. He's young. There's a player in there. Yeah, but what does he do? Don't know. No one can tell me. No one can actually tell me what he did. But apparently he was good. Ademola Lookman all day long. All day long. Simon Hill has seen that it's Minter or Van Hecker. I would take both. I like Minter. I think he's a good player. I think Brighton have got they've got some good footballers, haven't they, Brighton? They got some good footballers at their club. They just scout really well. They don't buy Matisse Tells, just so you know. I've got a real bee in my bonnet about this signing. I really have. But anyway, good morning, Lee. How you doing, sir? Lee, who's coming to the barbecue. And the weather looks like it's going to be raining on Saturday. So this is going to be fun. Looks like we're having a house party instead. We'll have to have a house party where we cook under a gazebo. And then everyone will have to shuffle indoors to watch Tottenham Hotspur versus Reading. On and only said it's definitely James Milner or Welbeck. I'd rather Welbeck than Solanke. Just saying, don't shoot me all at once. I'd rather Danny Welbeck than Solanke. Not really sure what. Again, we praise a lot of average footballers at this club, don't we? We really, really do. Good morning to Andrew Blair. James T said we can't be after anyone at Brighton, as most fans told me that the Gibbs White deal was holding everything else up. Which fans told you that? Why would Morgan Gibbs White hold up signing another player? I don't think that makes a lot of sense. Good morning to Kate. I got that with a kiss at the end. Actually, Jim every now and then sends me WhatsApps in the middle of the night with kisses. So good morning, Kate. And good morning, Jimbo, if you're watching as well. Hope you're well. Cameron Reed said, I personally think it's Belieber if Frank wants to primarily play a back four, but Van Hecker if he wants to primarily play a three, and I'm here for both. Well, the interesting thing about this, right, is my mobile phone's on the other side in the bathroom. Can you bear me 1 second? 1 second. Stanley, come on. Sorry, guys. I looked around. I was like, where on earth is my mobile phone? It's never far away from me. Never far away from me at all. By the way, it says Brentford have triggered the 35 release clause for Amari Hutchinson. I'm not sure that's true. I saw that Romano said that they haven't, but hey, that's what's being sent to me. Who's messaging me? This is my wife. You've got to laugh. You've got to laugh. You've got to laugh at everything. Yeah, listen, I think we've got a lot of centre halves, haven't we? I mean, when you break it down, I think we've got 9 centre halves. We've got, let's go from best to worst, shall we? I mean, in roughly. Van der Ven, Romero, Dragusin, Danso, Davis. That's 5. You've got Sakai, that's 6. You've got Vuskovic, 7. Dorrington, 8. Phillips, 9. You got 9 centre halves. Is Van Hecker who they're going in for? I can only see it if someone's leaving. And at the moment, is a centre half priority. If we did, I'd like the Vinter. I like the look of what I've seen. I like the look of this. Somebody just messaged me and said Marinakis is taking Brentford to court now. Why? Is this true? Is this confirmed? The person who's WhatsApped me, I know you're watching. Can you send me some evidence of this, or is this just a made up thing? Marinakis taking Brentford to court. If this guy takes anyone else down a legal route or to court, surely the FA have to step in at some point. The Premier League have to step in. This is just getting stupid. This chairman is killing the Premier League. Honestly. Utterly crazy behaviour. Tony has said he would take Lookman in a heartbeat. Absolutely. Kicks TV, obviously, doesn't want Spurs to be very good. So tell Odegaard and Moore is okay on the left. That's how, I tell you what, I'm going to call it right now. I've seen this person's comments lately. I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it. Ready? Troll. I'm going to call it. This is a troll. You know, when you see the beauty of when you're a YouTuber, you start to see the same people make comments, and Kicks TV just says dumb shit every day. I've ignored most of it. But when you see this, if anyone thinks this is good enough on the left-hand side for a Champions League team, then they really don't want Spurs to do well, do they? Really? Tell Odegaard and Moore as your left side options. I mean, come on, let's have a day off. Good morning to General Tracks. General Tracks saying good morning to everyone, and I hope you are well, my friend. When is my Solanke shirt arriving from DH Gate? I've got better things to spend my money on. Look, as I've said all along, I'm not disappointed with Solanke. I'm not underwhelmed. This is what I thought we'd get. Everyone tries to spin a yarn. Oh, but this, but that. His whole career, he's been average. His whole career, he's been average. Yes, I think Thomas Frank will get more goals out of him, but this should not be the guy. This should not be the guy leading the line at Tottenham Hotspur, in my opinion. Surely we can do better. Kicks TV, one more of that. Fat Greek, we're not accepting it. Call him Greek. It's not doing a fat Greek. Listen, you're very close. You're teetering on the edge this morning, my man. Let's see who we got here. Video complete. Sofian said, I hope the rumours about Palmeiras being interested in Richarlison are true. Yeah, we're going to get to that after the Brighton bit, once we get fully into the show. We're only 11 minutes in, so we're going to get to that. James said, it's all over X-fans saying move on from Gibbs White as it's holding up other moves. Well, look, I think that what it will do, I think it will hold up if we wanted somebody desperately in that position. But what it shouldn't do is if we need a winger, it's got nothing to do with Gibbs White, right? Like if we need a number 6, it's got nothing to do with Gibbs White. If we need a number, you get the drift of it, don't you? You get the drift of it. Let's have a look. Oh God, honestly, people do make me laugh. Honestly, people do make me laugh. We've got 6 left wingers. Where would a new one fit in? Yeah, but we don't have any good left wingers. This is the problem. People keep confusing number with quality. Like when I hear, oh, do we need another centre mid? Yes, we do. Yes, we need better. We've got to stop as a fan base doing this whole thing about, oh, but we've got loads of, we need better. We need better. Breaking news, Baranakis accepts Spurs offer and given right after fully received. Come on, guys. Come on. Let's stop doing this, shall we? Let's stop doing this. Free the right side. I said we are selling wingers and some like Odegaard play on the right as well. I thought that's obvious. Yeah, listen, I look, again, I was a bit baffled by the Odegaard signing in the first place. I thought it was lazy. But we were told that this is somebody that Ange wanted at the time. I was baffled by the Tell signing. I was baffled by the Yang signing. I'm baffled by a lot of what this club has done. But all of these players that we're mentioning are all up-and-comers. What happened to Champions League club? Let's go and get what we need for right now. Big up, Joshua. I hope you're well. So big up, Savva, as always. Can't believe the Stray Kids shirt is £250. I saw that. Absolutely ridiculous. We'll have a look at it. I'll tell you what. Should we have a look at that now? Let's go to the Spurs website. I'm just I don't know. I'm just so confused by when this club does this sort of stuff. Like, Tottenham have teamed up with Stray Kids. What? Who cares? What are we doing? Buy some footballers. Big up, Ben. Absolutely. Again, see, this is how you know. Look, oh, damn, I say dumb shit. Really, what? Just because I don't agree with you. What? Because all right. You think, do you know what? Listen, when people say stupid, like Savva thinks we can have a City squad, I know that they're 12 years of age. So we've got our first twat of the day. You're going into a timeout. Honestly, at my age, I've got no tolerance for dickheads. Everyone knows this. I have zero tolerance for dickheads. So because I want better than Matisse Tell means I think we could have a Man City squad. I would love to be inside the brain of twats like that and know how their brain got from Matisse Tell to Savva thinks we've got a Man City squad. I don't get them. My mum taught me to not listen to dumb idiots, and I don't. I call them out and put them into where they should be. Just absolutely dumb, stupid things. And people say dumb stuff and hide behind, it's my opinion. I could say whatever. I want, can I? And then go, yeah, but it's my opinion. God, if the world is working like that, then we're in trouble, ladies and gentlemen. In 2025, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. Oh, Savva thinks we should have a Man City squad. Does he? Has Savva ever said that in any way, shape, or form? Anyway, yeah, listen, the problem is people like that kicks TV. no name, no picture, not going to come on, not going to say anything. You know, couldn't debate for toffee. Look how Matt comes on, can't debate for toffee, can he? Like, he just says things like, yeah, but you've lied. No, I haven't. You've changed it. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. Claire, honestly, the older I've got, my tolerance for stupidity is gone. I'll tell you what I mean by that as well, Claire. If any of our rivals had signed Matisse Tell or Dominic Solanke, none of us would think it's a good signing. None of us. None of us would sit here and go, oh my God, Arsenal will sign Solanke. What we'd be doing is what they're doing to Madueke. Let's have a look at this, right? Arsenal have signed Madueke, who's better than Matisse Tell as things stand, right? I think it's not a stretch to say that. We've seen a lot more from Madueke than we have from Matisse Tell. If Spurs had signed Madueke, the people who rate Tell would now be telling the people who don't rate him going to Arsenal would be going, oh no, I think he's a good player. I think he's good. Yeah, he's done this. If you actually look at him and if you look at the data and blah, 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 right? But because he's gone to Arsenal, he's crap. What a terrible signing. And this is where I think as a football fan and as a YouTuber, I have little tolerance for that kind of stuff. I don't do that. If a player's good and goes to Arsenal, I say a player is good. If a player is bad and goes to Arsenal, I say a player is bad. Same with Spurs. But we live in a world where you've got a lot of children like that Kicks TV, like Matt, like Reezy, who just, they want to be edgy. All these people who want to be edgy, they want to be different. I want to see, how many people last night, I've seen something in Tell. I tell you what, I'm going to wait until we actually see something from Tell. Like, come on, we've got to do better, haven't we? We've got to do better. We've got to do better. I mean, he's 10 million more than Matisse Tell. He's 10 million more than Matisse Tell, my man. And he's better than Matisse Tell and got more experience than Matisse Tell. So when we're saying it's because he's over 50 million, you know, come on. Hinshelwood is another one. I would be disappointed. I like Hinshelwood, but I would be disappointed if it was him. Graham Bailey, by the way, saying that Spurs have no intention of walking away from a deal for Gibbs White. The player only wants to join Spurs, so there's no possibility of another club hijacking the transfer. It's rumbling on. This time last week, we signed Kudus, didn't we? This time tomorrow, we've signed Gibbs White, and we're nearly a week down the line of all this up and this down, aren't we? Maximum Dan said, I'm starting Son over Tell any day of the week. Mate, I'm starting Son over Tell any day of the week. Absolutely. We've just spent 40 million on a winger that doesn't start. I'm just, we did it last year with Odegaard. We paid 30 odd million, whatever it was, for Odegaard, who wasn't really better than anything we had. Alex again saying dumb stuff. I'll call it out. But Savva, you kissed Sean's backside yesterday. Alex, how old are you? You kissed Sean's backside yesterday after his little speech on Postecoglou, which said the same thing. What? Sean was talking about Ange Postecoglou, not a player. What are you waffling? Alex, this is why people say you waffle. What are you waffling about? Listen, I don't mind that we're friends. I'll call you out for saying dumb shit. This is dumb shit. Savva, you kissed Sean's backside. Why? Yesterday, I agreed with some things Sean said, and I disagreed. I disagree massively with Sean on Tell. I agree with him massively on Postecoglou. I have no idea what this means. And you can have the link. You can come on and explain. I'm going to send you the link. Now you've called me out. Let's get you on. You've just called me out, and you've done what that idiot did just now. You've not linked two things together that go together. Savva, you kissed Sean's backside after his little speech, which on Postecoglou, which we said the same thing. I've no idea what this means. Let's see you come on and defend yourself. Come on. I'm not having this, or I'm going to call you out. This is absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, Tell was 30. Sorry, are we forgetting the 10 million loan fee we paid for Matisse Tell? Did that not count? £40 million we've spent on Matisse Tell. £40 million. Big up to Ash, who said if Graham Bailey told me it was sunny, I'd put a raincoat on. Love it. Love it. Love it. Jimbo has said, morning, Savva. The funny thing is, by the way, I'm up for it, Jim, today. Today's one of them ones where I'm calling out stupid people. Tell was 40 million. The 10 million loan fee doesn't just disappear. The 10 million loan fee doesn't disappear, right? So Tell all in was 40 million. It doesn't just disappear. I don't know how people don't understand how transfers work in this day and age. Big up Jim, who said, morning, Savva. The funny thing is, we could have had a team not far off City. The money we have wasted over the years on bang average players. Listen, here is a daytime kiss. Oh, I like a daytime kiss from you, Jimbo. Yeah, listen, we spent a lot of money. We have. And this is my point. When I look, even in the last couple of years, the amount of money spent on centre-backs, the amount of money spent on Tell, on Odeberst, Solanke, Richarlison, it's just money. Archie Gray, it's just money after money after money after money. And then people go, oh, I love these players. Sure, okay. Don't complain you want better, but big up to you, Jimbo. Nick, I have no idea what Alex meant by that. I have no idea. Thank you. Ash, thank you. 45 million all in with a loan fee. Absolutely. Savva, who are you kissing, mate? I'm guessing if it's not my wife, I'll be in trouble. So probably my wife. I don't know. What do you reckon? Big up fans. Do I think Morgan Gibbs White will sign for us? Listen, I do. But big up Alex. Big up Alex for the WhatsApp. Big up. Do you think Morgan is right? Listen, I do. But I think that the anomaly, I think the red herring here is Marinakis. He's going to make it as difficult as possible, isn't he? He's gonna make it as difficult as possible. By the way, if Kate, Jim, anyone like that, I think they're on holiday, but if they want to come on, sure. Listen, but again, this is the answer to everything at Spurs. This is our answer to everything. Tell is 20, he's still young and has time to develop. But what's that got to do with spending 40 million on him? We did this with Gray. We spent 40 million on Gray. He's young, he'll develop. 30 million on Odeberst. He's young, he'll develop. He's young. We did it with Brian Hill. He's young, he'll develop. We keep doing this. No, listen, no, I'm not buying out, calling it out. I have no idea what he means. Hey, it is what it is. Why on earth did we pay 10 million for that loan? This is what I mean, mate. We paid 10 million to take an unproven 19-year-old on loan. I've never, ever seen a club do as many silly things as Tottenham Hotspur. Optimus Prime Spur. Are you talking about me? You're here. You're paying me. Oh, Optimus Prime Spur. Let's see you come on with your trolley name and your trolley picture. Bless you. Your parents didn't do a very good job bringing you up, did they? Let's be brutally honest, because you've come onto the internet with a stupid child's name and a child's TV character. Other than that, welcome to the show, Optimus, and thank you for paying me. Really appreciate you. Good morning, Lynn. Oh, I'm on it today. Big up, Jess, JSY. Hope you're well. Big up, Mark. The Amstel truck is here for Saturday. Listen, you can drink from the Amstel truck. Listen, I like an IPA. I'm not really an Amstel guy. Kate and Jimbo, big up, Kate. Said, how long do we give it before we move on? Yeah, look, I think this is the difficulty, right? I think if Spurs are staying in, if we're hanging on in there, you would like to think that Levy, Vinay, whoever's dealing with this, because we're not sure who's dealing with it. Lubo assures me it's Vinay. Other people assure me it's Levy. Whoever it is, they've got to be sure that we can win. What I don't want, Kate, is I don't want us to be dealing with this for the next 3-4 weeks, and then it just completely derails him being able to train with us, him being able to go, So, hey, that's it. That's it for me. Big up to Paul G, who has been a member for 1 month. And I said, morning, Sovereign Chat. Good morning. Good morning. By the way, the member-only show is tomorrow. Today's show at 6 p.m. is Savva and Lubo. Ask us anything. The return of Lubo. Big up to you, Paul. Thank you very much. While we're there, let's do this. Emma Morton. Thank you very much, Emma. Just saying hello and starting the super sticker train. Thank you very much, Emma. Really appreciate you. Emma, tell these frauds in the chat, 705 people, only 153 likes. And by the way, guys and girls, we are motoring towards 20,000. We're now on the home stretch. We're 470 away. We're on the home stretch towards the big 20K, which I never, ever in my wildest dreams thought we'd get to, but we're closing in. By the way, if people are offended by the way I speak to people in the chat, I only do that to people who say dumb shit. Most people I'll say hello to. I'll read out their comments. I'll debate them. When people say dumb stuff that attacks me, I will call them out. And I think people appreciate my honesty. Good morning, Emma. Thank you very much for your generosity. Good morning to Rob. I'm not reading that out. I'm not going to talk about other YouTubers. Come on, Rob. I'm not going to read that out. Big up SSJ. Said top of the morning, Savva. I remember Levy wanting Ferguson last year. Let's hope Frank is looking at Belieber, Matoma, or Minte. Absolutely. I do not want Evan Ferguson. Again, this has got to be, I'll tell you what, this shows, right? For all the people that were saying, but this player's young, that player's young, they're going to get better, The problem is, 2 years ago, you had how many people out there going, oh my God, Ferguson, 100 million. And he's completely died a death. Now he's young. He could still get better, sure. But this is the problem. Everyone hypes people up when they've not seen anything. I see something. Oh my God, do you? Do you see something? How about we actually get evidence of something? Big up to you, SSJ. Very, very generous. And I saw your comment about me yesterday where you said I was underrated in the community. Underrated. I liked that. Thank you very much, SSJ. Appreciate you. Big up to Paul Watkins. Said Savva is on it like he takes no knobs. Listen, I think it might be all the sugar from the minstrels, right? It might be the sugar from the minstrels. Big up, Paul. Really appreciate you. Thank you very much, mate. Really do appreciate you guys. So please do smash that like button. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And we are waiting and hoping, and we are primed for more news. And let's be honest, harder to eat a minstrel quicker than I thought. Let's be honest. Aside from Morgan Gibbs White, we've got to do some business. Aside from Morgan, it can't just be Morgan Gibbs White and Kudus. We've got to do some business. So I'm hoping that this doesn't derail it. I'm hoping this isn't taking everyone's time. I've got a feeling that things are going on in the background. We'll see. What we do know is that Lang seemingly works in the darkness. Do you remember? Do you know it? What was it to dare? We dare in the darkness. Do you remember that? Spurs cracked me up, man. Our marketing team, second to none. Brilliant. Absolutely love it. Where are we? Big up, Jason. Love this content, Savva. Listen, everyone wants to tune in and see idiots put in their place, and we talk about football mostly. Yeah, Carlson says Savva's on fire this morning. Sometimes I wake up and I'm ready for it. And as I said, I know the people are. I know the people are in the chat that just say stupid stuff. When tell Odegaard Gray don't form, we blame their age for it. But look at them. Yeah, listen, I think that the key thing for me, Aidan, with this is when we just talk about age, right? Then we've got to understand we're Tottenham Hotspur. If we want to put them in the 11, then we're saying they're good enough. Age for me is something where you're bringing them on every now and then. You know, you're giving more 15 minutes at the end of the game, 20 minutes here, 20. When they're starting for Tottenham Hotspur, they are starting, right? They are starting for Spurs. We are saying you are good enough. So, listen, I don't, as I said, I don't see what people have seen in Tell or Odegaard. They may prove me wrong over time. As of yet, I think as I've said, if these two played for Villa, no one would want them. If these two played for Arsenal, we'd be ripping them apart. Oh, madness. I just saw a comment I liked. I love this one. Why the hell would we buy a sixth number 8, Savva, Basuma, and Gray when we were going into 50-game season with Slanking Richarlison? It's laughable. Why would we buy a sixth number 8? Well, straight away, one of them might leave. Second of all, Archie Gray isn't a number 8. Third of all, we need better than all of those players you just mentioned. It's really not difficult to work out. I don't need any chocolates. I'm on it. I'm on it. Yeah, Ben, it's my fault. It's my fault, mate. It's my fault. I'm riling them up. Big up to you guys. Big up. No, not just football fan. I said we don't move on. We hold our ground until Forest shoot themselves in the foot. Never back down. Listen, I like this theory, and I agree in theory. But I just don't want it to be that this is what we focus all our energy on all window. Yeah, because wouldn't it have been lovely for once to have had these players going on pre-season tour? Whoever we're bringing in, get them on pre-season tour. That's all I want to see. Get these people on pre-season tour. Hang on, 1 second. Let me unsubscribe. I've got this app that keeps sending me, oh my God, keeps sending me a weather report. I don't want a weather report. Savva swatting trolls. Oh my God. Green Arrow, why am I so affected? Affected by what? Savva's got 2 V's in it. Why am I so affected by who? Who am I affected by? I always think that people think when I read out these comments that I'm affected by it. I don't know why. I'm just putting people in their place. It is what it is, Green Arrows. Another one with no name and no picture, and I'm really not sure what to say to these people anymore. Tottenham till I die, says Savva, keeps it real. You don't like it, you know what to do. Listen, I can't do the fluffy nonsense stuff. And this is why I'll row with a lot of YouTubers. I can't do this. Everyone pretending they want to win leagues and Champions Leagues and then settling for really average footballers. The two things don't go hand in hand for me. Hey, it is what it is. Thank you, Kate. A lot of hard work. A lot of hard work. A lot of hard work goes into this. It does. I know people think this is easy. It is not. Nathan has said, Savva, what do you think Tottenham's renter budget is? Do you mean transfer budget? I hear 200 to 300 million. Is that including sales? Look, I mean, we play this game every window, don't we? We play this game every window where we go, oh, we've got 100 to spend this year, 150, 200. I guess the answer is none of us know. I guess the answer will be it depends on a lot on sales. I guess you can't really include the number for sales until we actually know who's going to go. For example, if Christian Romero left tomorrow for Atletico Madrid for 70 million, I mean, you can add another 70 million roughly, right, to your transfer budget. So I'm guessing it's going to all depend on who goes, who comes in. But if Morgan Gibbs White gets done, you're already 115 million down, aren't you? So let's see. I'm really not sure. Francis Reynolds has said, is Belieber a 6? Well, Belieber's a very good box-to-box midfielder who breaks up play, works hard, loves to tackle, drives forward. I would love Belieber. Let me ask you in the chat. It is 12 minutes past 11. So when I get to that time in the chat, I'll be able to know why I asked this question. What fee do you reckon Brighton would want for Belieber? I like him, by the way. I think he's a very good player. But Brighton have a habit of asking for a big fee for their players. So what sort of fee do we think Brighton would request for Belieber? What fee are Brighton going to request for Belieber? Let me know in the chat. We'll get to it in a minute and we'll see how wildly different the numbers are. Would I sign Wharton or Belieber? I'd take either. It all depends on what else we want to do in the market, how much they're going to be. There's so many factors that go into this question for me. There's so many. Listen, I think Wharton, as I've said, I like Wharton. I just think he's going to cost an arm and a leg. By the way, Sky Sports are now reporting that Sunderland are approaching for Granit Xhaka. I mean, Sunderland just quietly doing their thing. What a signing Granit Xhaka would be for a Sunderland side, for a team that have just been promoted. I'd take Granit Xhaka, hear me out, over the defensive midfielders that we've got. I wouldn't take him, but you understand what I mean. David has said you cannot add a loan cost to the buy price. Two separate transactions. I know exactly how transfers work. What number is entered into the official records? You are conflating the total amount spent. Sure. So, as I said, the amount we've spent on Matisse Tell is £40 million. Whichever way you want to break this down, Spurs have spent £40 million of their money on Matisse Tell. Spin it, whatever you want to do. £40 million has left our bank account for Matisse Tell. Right? We paid a 10 million loan fee for a guy that did nothing on loan. Madness. Paul Watkins said, Savva, do you think anyone is going to buy Grealish? I reckon Grealish probably more realistically goes on loan. I think he probably realistically goes on loan, if I'm going to be brutally honest. I think someone will. I think someone will. I think Man City have now got a lot of players, a lot of younger wingers. I think that he will move on. As I said, I'd take him, and I'm sure he'll end up at a good club. Maybe he goes back to Villa. I don't know. I think whoever gets him has got a very, very good footballer there. That he gave an interview a couple of weeks ago saying how hungry he was to get going, saying how hungry he was to for the last 3-4 years of his career. So I think they've got a good player, whoever gets him. We need a DM. So if Belieber is available, then why not? Maybe send Basuma the other way. But would Brighton do that? Well, look, I mean, this is the question, isn't it? When we talk about swap deals, we've always got to ask the question. First of all, do the clubs want to do a swap deal? Second of all, do the players want to do a swap deal? Third of all, are both contracts and prices going to be agreed? And I agree with you in theory. Again, I agree. There's a lot in theory I agree with. I would definitely love to see a Belieber Basuma swap. Having said that, I think Basuma gets a lot of hate, and I don't know why. Where are we? Someone said Lamine Yamal is an anomaly. Youngsters like, yeah, of course, yeah. Lamine Yamal is there, isn't he? But there's plenty of other 19-year-olds as well that aren't at Lamine Yamal's level that are doing good bits. Where are we? I mean, look at Miles Lewis-Skelly at Arsenal. Yeah? There's just one example. Right. Where are we? I reckon Mark Cousins. I reckon Mark Sheriff will get so drunk. I reckon he does well. We'll see. We'll see. Where are we? You saw what Tel can do when he played for France. I watched the French under-21s, and him and Odeberg did nothing. I've watched him at Bayern Munich. This is what I mean. We're just now. Is Tel good enough to be Tottenham's left-sided winger? Yes or no? This is what I mean. How many of you watch the Euro under-21s? I watched the French games to watch Odeberg and Tel, and I was like, all right, what do you do? They both work hard. They both work hard. I don't know. They both work hard. And says, I do think it's delaying us over transfers as Levy and Co could feel there's a chance we can get it done. Well, is Levy dealing with the transfers? Some people are telling me that it's Vinay now. I don't know. Who's dealing with the transfers? It'll be the question. Sim defending Angel season almost okay. When Savva came onto the bat, I'm like, yes, this dude is speaking my language. You know. Elijah says Savva got a lot of energy. Yeah, listen, you've got to do this game, right? You've got to have a lot of energy to play this game every day. You've got to know your football. You've got to do your homework. You've got to go and check all your ITKs and all the transfers that have happened. And no, it doesn't. And I'll tell you what, if you put this in one more time, I'm blocking you. You've put this in about 9 times. Stop. Listen, each to their own. I just can't do fluffy nonsense. I can't do it. I've never been able to do it. I don't like all this. Oh, I don't mind Tel. You know, he's all right. Listen, if Matisse Tel's any good, he should be having a great year this year. He's had experience as a player now. He should be having a great year. If he does, I turn around and go, cool, I was wrong. He's great. But what I've seen of him on loan and what I saw of him at Bayern Munich, I just don't know what he does. 2 trophies in 25 years. Said Savva is only a few YouTubers sorry, let me start that again. Savva is only one of a few YouTubers who actually interact with the chat. That's why I watch and Sean more than anyone. I try my best. I think it's really important. There are shows where I interact. There are shows where I have panels. I think it's really important because surely all of you lot go into chat rooms because you want people to see your messages, right? You want to be heard. I started a YouTube channel because I wanted to be heard. It is what it is. It is what it is. Right. So here we got to. This is how much we think Brighton got some cookies left over from yesterday. Stanley thinks he's getting some, which he is absolutely not. Oh, look at that. Tell me that's not a good-looking cookie. Tell me that's not a good-looking cookie. Right. I asked you how much would Brighton charge for Belieber? Let's see. 70, 55 to 60, 60 to 80, 70, 90, 90, 70 to 80, 70, 75, 65. I like Elijah. This is the sort of hard-hitting, this is the hard-hitting factual content we need a lot. Oh, 85. Wow. 90, 75, 90. Wow. Right. So anything there is between, wow. So we've got anything ranging from 55 to 100 million. Wow. A lot of people at 70, 80, 60, 80. Listen, do Brighton let him go? How much? Listen, by the way, I'm just going to say this now. I have not seen anything concrete putting us to Belieber, but that is the one that when we heard apparently in for a Brighton player equals how much do you want Belieber? I'd love Belieber. I think this is the sort of player that goes into your midfield and you go, yep, I feel solid. I feel safe in there. Yeah, I know someone who could find out his release clause. Ask Marinakis. Where are we? Rich Cater says, Savva, Sean has sung Levy's praises for commercial savvy, but has left us short change for this for the time in which we've had no stadium name rights, which cost us decent signings to date. I'll let Sean fight that argument, if I'm honest, Rick. Look, Daniel Levy, the conversation with Daniel Levy just never, ever seems to die, does it? It never, ever seems to go away. Daniel Levy is tight, has been tight at times, like you lot. 740 of you in here, only 230 likes, which is, come on, guys, we need to get better. By the way, somebody messaged me yesterday on YouTube saying, I think it's horrible you said that you said that your viewers were disgusting for not having more likes. I was like, dude, it's sarcasm. Like, people are so, oh my God. Look, could the stadium naming rights have done sooner? Sure. Do we know the full detail? No. Are they going to get done? Looks like it. I don't know, mate. I'm not on the business side at Tottenham. I'm not. Big up to Andy Lester, who has started the Super Sticker train. All aboard. Choo-choo. All aboard the Super Sticker train. My man, thank you very much. Really appreciate you, Andy. And Thursday is a channel member only show. Big up to SSJ, who said, I see Tell as Frank's Visser. Kudus as the Embuemo. Sure. If we're going to be binary, sure. I already think that Kudus is a better footballer than Embuemo. I think what you're talking about there is the output, right? I think you're talking about can he get the output. As a footballer, I think Kudus is better than Embuemo. The output, Embuemo has gone like that, and that's what we need to get out of. That's what we need to get out of Kudus. Now, doesn't mean he has to get 20 league goals, but we're going to have to get some output out of him. Big up to Emma Morton, who's become a member at last, Emma. What's taken you so long? Emma has become a YouTube member. Big up to you. You are now eligible for the YouTube member-only shows. Thank you very much, Emma. And Emma, just so you know, we are now only 460 away. 460 away from the big 20K. If any of you haven't subscribed, I'm putting the link in the chat. There it is. Please do subscribe. That would be amazing. And thank you for the person who did just subscribe as we were doing that. Emma, welcome. Thank you very much. Really appreciate you. Daniel Field has put in a super sticker. He loves a super sticker, and I am appreciative of every single one. Thank you very much, Daniel. Really appreciate you, my man. Thank you for everything you do. Lucy, big up to you, Lucy, has said, Dusan Vlahovic or Wissa. Two very different players. I think Wissa makes more sense. He's a different type to what we've got. He's quick, he scores goals, he runs in behind. He'll be cheaper, less wages. But if you offered me Vlahovic over Solanke and Richarlison, I'm taking it all day, every day. And Lucy, I'll probably take you up front over them two as well. So big up to you, Lucy. Thank you very much for the question. And big country Chris 4444 said it is Morgan Gibbs White still happening. Stopped checking. At the moment, we don't know. At the moment, it's all over the place. Depending on who you listen to, says it's going to get done. The Premier League are involved. Forest have written to Spurs and to Morgan Gibbs White's agent. Maybe this gets done. Maybe it's going to need another 5 million or so to get it over the line. Either way, mate, I just want this done now. Either way, I think surely as fans, we all want this done. Surely we don't want to be going into a saga, do we, for the next 4 weeks? But big up to you, and I'll be the first to let you know when it does. Ash, this is what I mean. Can't add the loan fee. What, like, yeah, it's like, sorry, do you know what I mean, Ash? Does that 10 million just float away? It never happens. No, I'm not looking. It never happened. Is that like me saying, Ash, right? Let me try and liken it. Is that like me saying that when I bought this house and I had to pay an extortionate amount, right, of, what's it called? What is it? Why's my brain gone? What's it called? Why have my brain gone? 1 second. Why is my brain gone completely dead? Come on, YouTube, help me out. Oh, guys, somebody, I cannot believe my brain is letting me down on this. You know when you buy a house and you have to pay something? What is it you have to pay on the side? Somebody help me out. I'm going to need you quickly, guys. Somebody quickly. This is getting embarrassing for me. Stamp duty is the one. Thank you. Stamp duty. You know what I mean, Ash? It's like me turning around and going, okay, I bought my house. I didn't. I just use this as a round number. I bought my house for $1 million. Don't worry about the 60 grand stamp duty I paid. Don't worry about it. Didn't happen. Of course it happened. Spurs put money down to get Matisse Tell on loan. So, of course, the 10 million works. So that person that comes into my chat saying, oh, I know how transfers work. Well, clearly not, because we paid 10 million as an upfront loan fee. What are we doing here? What are we doing? What's going on? Stamp duty. I've now just got hundreds of messages in my chat saying stamp duty. Yeah. Stamp duty is what I meant. Stamp duty. Tell you what, I could do a whole show on stamp duty and why it pisses me off, but never mind. We won't go there. It is extortionate. It is, isn't it? I'm sure everyone's got some stamp duty stories. Right, let me go back to where I was. I was a bit further back in the chat. There we go. Let's get back to about 8 minutes ago. We didn't pay 10 million loan fee for Tell, by the way. Yes, we did. It was a 10 million loan fee, Martin. Yeah. And Ash, I agree. I watched the French under-21s. He was not good. He was not good. I mean, in the last game I watched, he was in the pocket of the fullback. People just see what they want to see. As I said, I don't think he's crap. Listen, I'll say this. I hope, because he's a Spurs player, that he gets better. I hope that in a few years' time we're going, what a great signing. But for right now, surely we all want better. Surely that's the point. Surely. Savva doesn't want bling players in general, only English bling like Grealish. What has, again, PC Olsen, I'll call you out for dumb shit. What has English got to do with it? I love this. First of all, Savva doesn't use the word bling, right? I know I'm Savva. I don't use the word bling, right? Second of all, what are you waffling about? Third of all, what has his nationality got to do with it? You're starting to sound like that guy, Alex, that only talks about Swedish players and then goes, yeah, but English players, I don't care. A player can be, a player can be from Outer Mongolia. I don't care where they're from. Savva's getting schooled by the chat. Is he? What is it? What's the disease? Alex has got it. James got it. Everyone's just saying absolute dumb shit today. What is going on with the world? Big up to Frankly Spursy. How you doing, my man? Hope you're well. Said, hope you're good. I'm good. Thank you very much. Coney Da Vinci linked for 22 million. Do you think that's good business? I do. I think that it's good business depending on what they're doing at the back. At the moment, right? At the moment, I would say surely we're stacked for defenders. But I do like Da Vinci. I do think that he would come in and be one of our best free centre-halves. I like him. I think he's a good player. Bless me. Elijah said, Savva, the fact you stream every day multiple times is crazy. You 100% deserve the rapid growth you get. Thank you. Well, it's not rapid, mate. I've worked bloody hard to get near this 20K mark, and we're still 460 away, but it is moving quickly. Tell with 2 goals from 4 games, 1 being a pen at the Euros and 77 passing accuracy, magical form. As I said, I watched the French games. I was not impressed in any way, shape, or form by him or Odegaard. What I look at them here, okay, last thing I'm going to say on these two, right? I look at them and say they look like they could be good, but they're not. And what I mean by that is they get the ball, they look lively, but neither of them are very actually good with any end product or beating a man. We'll see. They're young. I know. We'll see. Bang on, Gary. Yeah, I hate one particular channel that only shows super chats and not general comments. One thing with Savva is we all have a voice. Listen, I'll always will. Comments like yours that I like, and then the comments that I don't like. We'll all get brought up at some point. Cookie in the microwave. Should I just stop the show and go and stick my cookie in a microwave? Big up to you. When you look at some of the 20-year-olds and their build look like footballers, and yet Tell just doesn't give you the confidence that he can deliver. Listen, Lynn, I'll sit here right now and say, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong on Matisse Tell. Can he be good in a few years? Why not? At the moment, what I've seen, and this is how I judge every player. If anyone else had signed Matisse Tell, Villa, Newcastle, Arsenal, we would all be sitting here going, why have they signed him? But when it's us, we find reasons to like it. I get it. I just don't operate like that. I'm too honest for that. I can't pretend players are better than they are. I just can't do it. Hang on, I'm catching up. I'm way behind in the chat. I'm about 10 minutes behind. Danny Johnson said we need a left back, centre mid and left wing. I'm guessing the only person who knows exactly what we need, Danny, is going to be Thomas Frank, right? Hang on, who's WhatsApping me? Hang on, who's WhatsApping me? Hang on. Sorry, James. Yeah, sorry. So I'm on one, James. I'm hyper this morning. It's all that chocolate I had last night. Danny, it's all going to depend, isn't it, on what Thomas Frank wants. What does Thomas Frank want? We can sit here as fans all day long and go, we need this. We don't actually know what formation Thomas Frank's going to play, right? We don't know if some of the players we didn't rate, he's looking at and going, yeah, he can actually do really well for me in that position. As I've said, I'll trust him. If he starts a tell, if he starts a great, over to you, Thomas. Right? That's what he's there for. He's the coach. Over to him. But just because he's a good coach doesn't mean every player is suddenly going to turn into Maradona. Just saying. Alistair said Visser has 1 year left and is 29. Shouldn't spend more than 30 million on him. Again, we're doing that thing. You wouldn't take Visser for 40 million. Why? Why wouldn't you? This is what I mean. We're happy to sign Archie Gray for 40. We're happy to whack £40 million down on Tell, but a proven goal scorer in the Premier League, only 30. I don't understand when we all turn into accountants. 30, 40 million isn't a lot of money, mate, in football terms. If you're talking about 70, 80s, I get it. Big up to Anton, who said, morning, Savva. Great grafting this week. This week? God, grafting this week, this year. Here's a fun towards the IPA. Oh, my God, Anton. Very, very generous. Thank you very much. I try and graft. I think you've got to graft. You've got to grind. You've got to keep the people entertained. And hopefully most of you appreciate it. I'm fully aware that for every 7 people that will like me, there'll be 2 or 3 that hate me. I get it. It is what it is. It's just those that are so personal. But never mind. Big up, Anton. Really appreciate you, my man. Rodney Roberts has said, big up, Savva. Killing it today. Love it. You know me, Rodney. You know me. You know me. We're just all desperate, aren't we, for some news, Rodney? I think that's the key thing, right? We had that week last week where we got bits of news and we're all sitting here going, come on, what's the next thing? And, you know, I'm checking Tom Barkley. Like right now, I'm checking Tom Barkley, right? Anything about Spurs? No, nothing about Spurs. Let's check Ben Jacobs. Anything about Spurs? Nothing about Spurs. No. Ipswich Town, multiple approaches with Brentford. Let's go to Ornstein. I don't think we've got anything from Ornstein either. Like, there's nothing at the moment, and we're all just desperate, aren't we, for some information? But big up to you, Rodney. Thank you very much. Big up to Daniel Field, who has put in a super sticker. Always, always, always very generous, my man. Thank you very much for the super sticker, mate. It is much appreciated. Very generous, Daniel, lately you have been. And my man, SOF, out there in the States, good morning to you, sir, has said, do you know if Forest are going on pre-season tour before Spurs go to Asia? If so, would Morgan Gibbs White stay behind or go and delay longer? Now, this is a great question. Does anyone know? I'll tell you what, let's, here you go, let me have a look. Who are we looking at? Nottingham Forest League, Premier League. Where are they? Nottingham Forest fixtures. So Nottingham Forest are playing Birmingham in a friendly. I'm just trying to see if I can work out where it is. It doesn't tell me where it is. I don't know. Can anyone tell me? Does anyone know? Because they've got Estoril in a friend, Fulham in a friendly, then Estoril, then Birmingham, then Fiorentina, then Al Qadisiyah. I don't know if they're traveling, though, but that's a very, very good point, SOF. For me, can I just say, my man, the key thing for me here is I really wanted Morgan Gibbs White to be on that plane. I don't mind him not playing against Reading or Luton. I really wanted him to be on that plane going to South Korea to play Newcastle, Bayern Munich, and Arsenal. And it's not about because we're playing better opposition, because that's where the pre-season camp is, right? This is where the players are going to bond, get to know him. He'll get integrated with the team. He'll get to learn Frank's tactics at the same time as the other players. So we'll see. But thank you very much. It's a great talking point. And if anyone can tell us in the chat, that would be amazing. Lamos with a super sticker. Thank you very much. Very generous. Super stickers going in left, right, and centre. And subscribers going in left, right, and centre. Likes only on 308. We should have 500 by now. So please smash that button. I'm just looking around. I can't see, honestly, guys, I can't see any news anywhere. Now, one of the things I did want to talk about, let me just double check this. I saw a few reports saying this yesterday about Richarlison to Palmeiras, was it? So Yahoo said it yesterday, London Evening Sport, goal on MSN, talking about a possible 55 million swoop for Richarlison. The report here from, again, look, I'm going to bring this up. I don't think this has got any, I don't think this has got anything to it, if I'm honest. I'll be honest, I don't even like my own report here. Let me go. That's Yahoo, the Evening Standard. What have they said? Let me see if I can find a decent report on this. 1 second. Let's have a look. Here we go. Right. So this is what the Evening Standard have said. Should we bring it up? Should we have a look? And again, don't shoot me. I'm just the messenger here, right? I'm just the messenger. I don't know what's going on. But share my screen. Let's do this. Richarlison. Here we go. So hopefully you can all read that. Shall I make that a bit bigger for you? There we go. Is that big enough? Hopefully that's big enough. There we go. Right. Okay. So we can see here that Palmeiras have entered the race to sign Tottenham forward Richarlison this summer, according to reports in Brazil. Richarlison, now 28, joined Spurs from Everton in 2022, but has struggled to live up to his 50 million price tag, tallying just 30 goal contributions in 90 appearances. It's so bad, isn't it? His Tottenham career has been defined by repeated injuries, which limited him to just 4 Premier League starts last season. He could now be set for a change of scenery, with Brazilian outfit Palmeiras looking to offer him a homecoming. According to reports from Brazilian outlet Terra, sorry, let me make that bigger. The Verdal opened talks with the Lily Whites this week. Negotiations are being personally led by club president Leila Pereira, who has been quoted a 55 million, a 59 price tag for the forward. She has also directly contacted the player to try to convince him. Palmeiras are reportedly confident of meeting that price, though having reached the Club World Cup quarterfinals where they lost to eventual champions Chelsea, they are thought to have pocketed 29 million worth of prize money. Spurs are yet to receive a formal offer for the player, who has also courted interest from Galatasaray and Saudi Arabian sides. The club are prepared to sell up, though, with the signings of Kudus and Matisse Tell marking him as unneeded. Palmeiras presently sit fifth in the Brazilian top flight, 5 points adrift of first place Flamengo. Richarlison, who won his 50th Brazil Cup early this summer, launched his career in Brazil, making his senior debut for América Mineiro before signing with Fluminense. Standard Sport, this is interesting actually. Standard Sport understands Spurs are looking to bring in more attacking reinforcements this window and remain interested in a 20 million swoop. It's never going to happen for 20 million. For Brentford striker Wissa, though they face competition from Forest for his signature and have not held talks in a fortnight. The Congolese is Brentford's all-time leading Premier League goalscorer. Speaking in January, former Spurs head coach Ange Postecoglou has described Richarlison as an important figure in the Spurs dressing room, but bemoaned his constant injury struggles. Now, I won't read all of it. What do we make of it? People, tell me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Wooden ladders. Is there any truth in this? Is there any truth in this from your point of view? It's very difficult, right? Because we see reports here, there, and everywhere, don't we? We see these reports everywhere. Richie's going. Palmeiras want him. 55 million. Can we see 55 million being dropped as a Brazilian? Has the Brazilian team ever dropped 55 million on a player? There's a question. Would you, I'm not even going to ask, would you sell him for 55 million? Would you sell him for 55 million? Let me know. I'm guessing most people would sell him for 55. Thank you for the 3 people that just subscribed as well. Really very generous. I think that would be the best bit of business Spurs have done in years in terms of outgoings. We paid 50 for him. If we can get 55 million pounds, I'd sell him for 30. If you can get anywhere near £55 million for Richarlison, that would be amazing. Surely that would be absolutely brilliant. Talk to me, people in the chat. Can you see this happening? Is this just another silly report? Would Richarlison want to go and play in Brazil in the year of a World Cup? Does he want to play in Brazil full stop? Does he want to stay in the Premier League? I'm not sure what to think about this. I'm really not sure. Alistair said Brazilian record is like 22 million. So they're going to break it by 30 million. I can't see it. In a hype, it said, yeah, Forest are going to Portugal. Reason being, lots of clubs go to the same place, so it's easier to set up games. And the facilities are state of the art. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you. Appreciate that, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Look, I would love to see Richarlison go. I think Richie is a very hard-working footballer. Of that, I have no doubt. He is a hard-working footballer. However, there's got to be more to working hard to being a player at Tottenham Hotspur. I don't understand how that can be the number one attribute. Big up to Swanix. I said, wouldn't buying Vissa be similar to what we did last year in buying Solanke? Both had one really good season. Yeah, but when I watch Vissa, I can see what a footballer is. Quick, decisive, good movement, runs at players, played for Thomas Frank before. I've never rated Solanke. That's the difference for me. I think if you look, Vissa's done that in his Premier League season. I think he's getting better and better, and it's the manager who made him better. He's much better than Solanke, by the way. Much better than Solanke. No nonsense football fan. I said Palmeiras is basically gifting us their Club World Cup money. I'm here to take it. I'm sure you are as well. We're here to take their World Club Cup money. We've got to do something. We've got to do something, right? Because as I said last night, we can't. Hang on. Oh, hang on. Lots of reports flying around today. Hang on. I'm seeing 3 different articles all saying that Chelsea have held talks with Eberechi Eze's agent. I don't know how true it is. Someone's just sent me 2 or 3 different reports saying that Chelsea have held talks with Eberechi Eze's agent. I don't know. Yeah, listen, I think if Tottenham are going into Champions League seasons with Richarlison and Solanke as your forward options, I'm a bit disappointed, if I'm honest. As I said, fans can like players like that. Not me. I'm not liking players like that. As I said, I think this year Dominic Solanke will get 15 league goals. 16 maybe. I just want a better player. I just don't think his touch is good. I don't think his hold-up play is good. 50-50, to be fair. 50-50. Not for me. Not for me. Minimum 70 for Richie. Stack Grower said lucky to get 35. I was thinking that. Carlson would take 30. No nonsense football fan will take 30. Now, I was waiting for someone to bring this name up. Big up Krista. Krista Scorpion Nyland. Greatest name on YouTube. Yeah, Richard Rios is at Palmeiras. A lot of people talking about Richard Rios. Could some sort of deal be done? Richard Rios this way. Richie that way. Listen, that would be the greatest swap deal of all time. Kate and Jimbo. Kate has said I'd sell him for 55 quid, maybe even 55p. Ash is here to ruin all our fun. That report is rubbish. Don't say that. Don't say that. Listen, loads of people are just writing about it. We're here to talk about it. Good morning to Phil Coys. Hope you're well. Jaden says, Savva, Can we not sign someone else while this goes on? Yeah, we can sign. If you're talking about Morgan Gibbs White, we can sign anybody while that's going on. Yeah. Foxy, I agree with you. I agree with you. I could understand it if that report said 25 million, maybe 30 at a push, but 55 million. Yeah, I don't believe that at all. I don't believe it at all. 55 is daylight robbery. Daylight robbery. I can't see that a Brazilian club are going to whack down 55 million. It's just utterly crazy. Video complete would sell him for 25. Me too. Me too. Be lucky to get 55 quid. Yeah. Corey boy wants to whip around for his taxi. 30 for Mark Taylor. Big up Mark and Corey, both channel members. Big up Neil. Said I'd drive him to Heathrow free of charge. Actually, just 12 quid for Ule. Ules. Oh, I love it. It's mad, isn't it? I said it at the time. Who on earth looked at Richie for 50 million and said, that's what Spurs need? Then 2 years later, when, you know what, 57 million for Solanke, we'll get that after paying 50 for Richarlison. Like, this club is so bad at buying strikers. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Francis Reynolds has said, yeah, I can't see Richie being sold for 55 mil. Brazilian clubs don't operate like that. No, they do not operate like that. But maybe the report is right, but the value is wrong. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just here saying the same things, seeing the same things as you lot. I'm not saying it's true. I'm just asking the question. I'm just asking the question, all right, before people have a go at me. Yeah, let's have a look then at some more of your comments on this. I love this. It's funny. You get to see what everyone really thinks. Just before we do that, big up to Facts Only, putting in the super sticker. Thank you very much, Facts Only. Very generous indeed. And a lovely little alpaca there. Big up to you, Facts Only, for starting the super sticker train, which has been carried on. Big up to you by George. George, one of my mods, one of my chief mods and a channel member as well. Big up to you, George. Really appreciate you. And everybody, if these people can put money in, you can smash the like button. We should be on 500 likes. We're on 340. Please, right now, could everyone smash that button? And just so you know, we are swimming along. We are now on 19,545 subscribers. So we are 455 subscribers away from the magical 20,000. Big up to you, George. Thank you very much. Big up to Tweak, who's putting a super sticker. Big up, Tweak. Carrying on the super sticker train. Choo, choo. Big up to you. Hope you're well. Thank you very much, Tweak. And you, of course, a channel member. Thank you very much for everything you do for the channel. Lermos putting in a super sticker. Thank you very much. Your second one of the day. Thank you very, very much. I really, really do appreciate that. Thank you very much. And Craig Fenner said, Vissa reminds me of Defoe. He's a, you know, big up Savva. That's the type of player I see him as. Quick, peels off players, gets to the back post, runs at people, shoots. I don't, you know, when people are going, oh, it's like Solanke, I don't see him in any way, shape or form the same type of player as Solanke. Plus, Thomas Frank is the guy. Thomas Frank is the guy that has coached. Sorry, I was just saying Stewie was just, I thought Stewie was having a fit, but he's not. He's having a nightmare. So sorry, guys. Stewie worried me a little bit there. He was just twitching in his sleep. He's having a nightmare, not always worry. Since my little Frankie pops, I worry about everything. But yeah, that's why I don't get the comparisons. It's like whenever we sign a French player, we go, oh, it's a bit like Ndombele. I don't see the link, but big up to you. Thank you very much, Craig. Really do appreciate you. Neil said, I said it before, Savva, working hard is code for he doesn't score enough goals. Mate, I agree with you. I think when your first argument to a player is how much they work hard, hang on. If you're a DM, I want you working hard. Yeah, that's one of your main traits. When you're a striker, and that's the first thing someone's selling to me, tells me that they're lacking in a lot of other areas. I agree. Solanke is class. Well, his whole career has told you completely differently that he's class, hasn't it? So, each to their own. Me too. Me too. Me too. I would have loved Eze. I think Eze, I said it from the beginning of the summer. I think Eze's got bigger clubs going to go after him. And it does look like that is happening. But I would have loved him. Great footballer. But it is what it is. There has to be a possibility, the deal involving, I think you mean Richie, but I know what you meant. Richarlison and Rios. I agree. That would be great to see. You're not getting Belieber. I don't think anyone said we are getting Belieber. I don't think anyone has said that. Is our two is use them and you can listen. I do find people funny. Honestly. It's a very funny world out there. We could get relegated with Sri Lanka. We're not getting relegated. I mean, they're not that bad, are they? Not getting relegated. James Flower has said if Chelsea get Eze, I think that puts them in the mix for winning the league. Well, if Chelsea get Eze and have Eze, Cole Palmer, Pedro, Neto, Gittins, Delap, and Kunk, I mean, the options are there. I mean, interesting one. Chelsea are an enigma to me. They really are an enigma. I mean, should they be winning a league? I still think they're a bit short. Does Eze change that? I don't know. Great player, though. Really like Eze. Great player. Stack Row has said if we can pay Morgan Gibbs White release clause, I don't see why we couldn't have played Eze's. He must not have wanted Spurs. Said this all along. I think he wanted Arsenal. all along. I said that. Everyone just said, just pay it. Not you. Everyone's just pay it. I don't think paying the release clause was the issue. I think it is that the player didn't want Spurs. It's only my opinion. Who knows? Hi, all 3 days off. Now haircut done. And now listening to you. Jason, show us the haircut. Come on, man. Change your picture. Show us your haircut. That's what we got to see. Do I need a haircut? No, I don't. I just need something in it, don't I? Look, it's all a bit fluffy at the moment, isn't it? It's nice and fluffy to stroke. Not as fluffy as little Stanley down it. And by the way, little Stanley's about that long now. Little Stanley is massive. He is getting bigger and bigger by the day. And he dwarfs Stewie now. He dwarfs Stewie. I know none of you asked about Stanley, but I thought I'd bring him up. Where are we? Let's have a look. Coulson. Oh, I would low-key. I like this. I would low-key take Garnacho, but he seems a bit of a dickhead. Now, I think this is the interesting thing for me about Garnacho. I don't think Garnacho's a bad player, right? Now, if you look at Garnacho at 20 and Tell at 19, I'm taking Garnacho all day long. But Garnacho has got the other side to him, hasn't he? Which is the whole media thing. He can't seem to stop being on social media, saying silly things. But he's a much better player than Tell. Somebody just sent me this. Talking to strikers, look at the last 7 strikers we've signed. Right? Solanke, this is in euros. Solanke, 65 million euros. Valise, 15 million euros. Richarlison, 58 million euros. Vinicius, 3 million euro loan. Llorente, 15 million euros. Janssen, 22 million euros. Soldado, 30 million euros. That's 208 million euros worth of strikers. We just, big up to that person. That is Perchy. Big up, Perchy. We just can't buy strikers, can we? We can't identify good strikers. And because of that, our fan base have forgotten what a good striker is. Oh, mate. Yeah. I mean, as I said, it would be the greatest sale of all time if we got 55 million for Richarlison. Marios, how's you're doing your service? Are you doing your service at the moment in the Cypriot army? If I'm right, Marius, tell me this. I might be completely wrong here, but am I right in saying at 17, 18, you have to do 2 years of service with the military in some way, shape, or form in Cyprus? Am I right in saying that? Let me know. I should know because my dad's Cypriot, but let me know. In a hype said Rios was one I loved when they won the South American version of the Champions League. I like Richard Rios from what I've seen of him. Can't claim that I've watched a million live games, but from what I've seen, what people have posted about, he looks very, very good. And I do think he will get a move. You lot are tight. Smash that like button. We should be on 500. We're on 357. And thank you to the person who just subscribed. Much appreciated. Phil said, I hope Richie goes back to Everton. Problem is, Everton have just dropped 30 million on a new striker, haven't they? They've just signed Tierno Barry from Villarreal for 30 million pounds. Can they get him as well? That would be a very interesting front too. Ian has said, Savva, can you see the Forest owner dragging the Gibbs White deal to the very end of the window? I'll be disappointed if Spurs stay in it until the end of the window. I think at what point do you turn around and go, yeah, we like Gibbs White, but there are other players. But at the moment, they must still feel that they can win this because they haven't walked away yet. Big up, Martin. What a lovely turn of phrase. Richie ain't worth a Tommy. Love it. Big up to you. Hope you're doing well out there in Spain. One of my channel members, Martin Knightsbridge, has always been good to me over the years. So big up to you, Martin. Guy Thompson. So, yo, I'm at the stadium getting the new clobber. Are you getting these, what are they called? Star kids, stray kids, I don't know, whoever they are. Are you getting that? 250 quid, you getting that? The Chris Wheeler report. Tottenham monitoring the situation of Garnacho. Villa believed to be weighing up a move. I'd love Garnacho. Listen, if you ask me, Garnacho or Tell, I'm taking Garnacho every single day in a month for Sundays. He can take the player on, right? All day. But I don't really believe this report. We will see. Big up to George, who said great shows recently, Savva. Only recently, i.e. Matt and Morgan Gibbs White. Oh, Matt is hilarious. Honestly, Matt is hilarious. You say to Matt that it's this says Football Heritage, and he'll tell you, no, I don't. It says FHTV. Like he'll find a way to spin it. He cracks me up. He thinks that saying things for a year in the chat suddenly get forgotten when you go live on screen. Big up to you, George. Thank you for all your support on the channel. Really appreciate you, my man. Thank you very, very much. And guys, look, you guys are very generous. Look at this. You guys are, don't, hang on. Analytics. Sorry. The reason I cover that is because it shows you all my money. 19,543. You guys are very generous. Thank you for helping me get there. Even this morning, we've had 20 odd subscribers. Big up to each and every one of you. Thank you. It does mean the world. When all the banter stops and people do realize this is my business, you know, my business is all my YouTubing, all my presenting with Sun Sport, with William Hill. That's my business that I'm trying to grow, the brand of FHTV. So thank you very much to all of you. Big up to Guy. Thank you very much. Who said, hey, matey, good coverage. I'm 15 meters from the stadium. I'm going to hit the stadium for my £20 voucher. The new black clobber is working for us goths. Oh, Guy, you're a goth. What sort of music do goths listen to these days? My brother, I always thought was a goth. He always said he wasn't. I always thought he was. What are you going to get? The black clobber, the new black shirt. What are you going to get? Big up to you. Thank you very much for the super chat. Really appreciate you, my man. And while you're there, if you see anyone at the club, tell them I'd love to interview them. They can come on. Hang on. Somebody's just offered me something very kind. Hang on, sorry, bear with me. Somebody has offered me something very kind. Interesting. Big up to you, Guy. Thank you very much. Let's get back to the chat. There, Kate saying, big up, Guy. Big up, Guy. Big up, Guy. So fed up of hearing he works hard for 200 grand a week. I'd be running through walls with broken glass and no shoes on for that money. Yeah, look. It's... Working hard is a quality, of course. But it shouldn't be the quality. Yeah? N'Golo Kante worked hard, but he was also a quality footballer. Do you know what I mean? Moussa Dembele worked hard, but was also a quality footballer. I can't have it just being so-and-so runs around like a headless chicken. Oh, we don't talk about that. Why would I? You're a Premier League footballer for £60 million on about 100, 150 grand, whatever a week. I want to see some quality. No, I'm all right. I'm all right. I need some breakfast, though, in a minute. I need some breakfast. I say in a minute. It won't be in a minute. Don't worry. We're not going anywhere yet. Unless anyone wants me to end the show, then we can. Thoughts on the Garnacho report? I mean, I haven't seen any. I'll tell you what. Let's Google. Let's get Google going. Let's say Garnacho Spurs. Here we go. Let's see if anybody's reported this. I've not seen it. Here we go. Come on, Google. You can do quicker. Garnacho Spurs. February the 1st. I've got a lot of reports from February the 1st saying about Garnacho. Hang on. 3 clubs. Hang on. Tribal football. 3 clubs, including Chelsea and here we go. Should we read tribal football? I mean, I've got no idea who this is. I'm not going to give it any credit, but let's bring it up, shall we? Here we go. Share screen. Here we go. Let's see what this report says, shall we? Can you read that? There we go. Let me try and make that a tiny bit bigger for you all. There we go. Hopefully that's big enough. There you go. That is definitely big enough, isn't it? Tribal football. 3 clubs, including Chelsea and Tottenham, set to make a move for Man United's Garnacho. Chelsea, Tottenham, and hang on, we got another club here. Chelsea, Tottenham, and Aston Villa are all prepared to launch a bid for Man U winger Alejandro Garnacho. The Blues have already splashed the cash already on the likes of João Pedro, Liam Delap, and Jamie Gittins, whilst Tottenham have brought in major signings such as Kudus. I'm sorry, I'm not having Tell and Danso included in major signings. Villa, meanwhile, have remained quiet in the summer transfer window and have now been reported as one of the clubs eyeing Garnacho. Garnacho has reportedly turned down the opportunity to join Cristiano Ronaldo at Al Nassr early this week as he seeks a move to remain in the Premier League. The Argentine international is expected to be on the move over the next few weeks after falling out of favour under manager Ruben Amorim, but it is unclear whether the club will make a serious bid for him. Here we go. And then they're just showing that Romano said Garnacho's plans remain clear. He wants to continue in the Premier League. His chapter at United is closed. It goes on to say that Villa are understood. Is that the whole chapter? It is. Villa are understood to have registered their interest in a 21-year-old, but if Chelsea and Spurs do make offers, it may be hard for manager Unai Emery to attract the young winger who has shown glimpses of real quality at United in the past few years. Both Marcus Rashford and Garnacho are both homegrown, which is great for Premier League profit and sustainability rules, as United try to make pure profit on the pair. The sale of both players, plus the likes of Anthony and Jadon Sancho, are crucial to the rebuild at United that has been slow so far due to lack of sales. What do we make of it? Listen, as I've said, if you're asking me, who do I want, Tell or Garnacho? I want Garnacho 10 times out of 10 starting on my left. Now, when I look at Garnacho, if I'm not wrong, I'm pretty sure I saw something about his stats. Let me bring it up. I'm pretty sure I saw that it was like the 3rd highest GA for any teenager while he was still a teenager. Let's have a look. So, Garnacho, he's just turned 21. 15 days ago. So at Man United, what did he do? He got 5, 9, 16, 22, 25 goal contributions in the Premier League in his time. In the Cups, he's got quite a few actually in the Cups. He's got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 16 in the domestic Cups. So what's that? That's 41. And then in the international cups, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. So what's that? He's got 50 goal contributions in his career at Man United so far, still 21. Again, I think more for me, it's what people talk about with off-field decisions rather than his ability. I thought that when he came on, but see, when we say words like trash, this is when I find it hard to take people seriously that say things like that. He's not trash, is he? He's not trash. Like, we've got to use our words better, right? We've got to use our words better. By the way, I've seen the reports today that Liverpool are looking at Marcus Rashford. Just saying. Just saying. So listen, off your head there, Savva. I don't know what that means. You got to give me more context, Taylor. Again, I keep saying to people in the chat, you're going to say something. You've got to tell me what you're talking about. Otherwise, it doesn't really mean anything. Off your head there, Savva. By the way, listen to what I'm saying about Garnacho. I'm not saying necessarily I would go for him. What I am saying, right? What I am saying is if you would ask me whether I'd have him or Tell, I'm taking him all day, every day. Leah said, come on, guys, get the sub count up. Savva needs to pay for the barbecue on Saturday and we're all hungry. Yeah, got to pay for a barbecue on Saturday in the rain. Looks like we're all going to be under a gazebo, Lee, watching the game indoors. I just said to the wife, I said to her yesterday, I said, looks like it's going to be a house party. She was like, oh, great. Like, Big Up Faz said, as a finance professional, I agree. The initial loan fee is part of the total perk. Of course it is. We can't just dismiss money that's been spent. 10 million loan fee, 30 million full fee. It gets combined. Where are we? Let's go to some comments on this, shall we? Because I'm sure this one will. It's funny, isn't it? The same people telling me they like Tell are putting down Garnacho. I know who I've seen more from, but hey, it is what it is. Let's see. We've seen better players than these scrubs. Oh, he's not scrubs. Look, what is it with words like trash and scrubs? And come on, man. Come on. Trying hard. Alan Sibley. I've not seen you for ages. Alan Sibley. How are you, sir? Said trying hard, putting effort in is a prerequisite for any footballer. I agree. I truly agree. It's not the quality you want. I want works hard and puts in a real shift. Like legends like Zizou. That guy was everywhere and played the game. Yeah, I mean, listen, when we're talking about the Zizou, though, you're talking about completely different level, aren't you? Tommy Lee, I said, big up, Savva. Wish you were the spokesperson of the Spurs on big platforms. Talk a lot of sense and know the club. I don't know what that means, but sure. Yeah, I don't get invited on things like Sky Sports. I don't pedal the line enough. I don't say nice things all the time. But hey, it is what it is. No, not so far this morning, but it's only midday. It's only midday. Please no to Garnacho. We can do so much better. Well, we've already done worse by buying Tell and Odegaard, haven't we? We've already done worse. So, hey, we can take advantage of his situation, get him on the cheap for 35 million. Plus, he's not on mad high wages. I'm pretty sure I read 50k. Shall we have a look? See what Garnacho's on. Let's have a look. Man United. The wages. Have I got all the Premier League wages ready to go? Garnacho. Apparently, it is on 50 grand a week. You are right, Alex. Apparently, he's on 50 grand a week. No more other than 30. I love this. Why do we... we just paid 40 for Tell. This is what I mean. We paid 40 for Tell. I'll give you Gray and Tell for Nacho. Oh, dearie me. Savva, would you take Harvey Elliott for 10 million to 15 million? Seems cheap as being reported. I can't see him going for 10 to 15 million. If he was 10 to 15 million and we didn't go for him, I would be so staggered. He should absolutely be worth more than that. Absolutely be worth more than that. Garnacho, not for me. Sorry. No, listen, I never said I want him, right? I never said I want him. What I'm saying is, if you offer me right now, Garnacho on the left or Tell, I want Garnacho. That's all I'm saying. If we sign him, I don't think it's the end of the world. Do I want him necessarily? No. That's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. No scrub, Savva. What is this, TLC? Is this a TLC concert? You know, by the way. Big up to Guy Thompson. Said, here's some Squiddles treats for the pup. Oh, you're very generous, Guy. Guy, you're very, very generous. You lot have been very generous lately. That is lovely indeed. So thank you very much for that, Guy. Jimbo says, Savva, I really think if Garnacho starts the final, we struggle. I agree. I thought when he came, I think Amorim got it wrong in the final. One, by not playing Bruno in the 10. And two, by not starting Garnacho. I thought when he came on, I thought he ripped us apart. I thought he looked really, really good. So we shall C. I don't want another Tell. He's much better than Tell. He's much better than Tell. I agree. I think he's good. I think he's a good player. But I agree. I think he would. The funny thing is, Kate, you and I both know if he signed for Spurs, all these people that are raving about these average players will suddenly change their mind and rave about him as well. It's the nature of being a football fan, isn't it? Tell us so much potential. Tell us had a good go at a big club and he couldn't cut it. I mean, hang on. We're not doing this. Tell us so much potential. Sorry, what's Tell done at Bayern Munich? A big club. Absolutely nothing. They got rid of him for 30 million and 10 million loan fee. So sorry, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. No. Sorry, it's got to be the same rule for all of them, surely. This is what I mean. Yeah. Anyway, listen, guys and girls. Absolutely. And this is the problem, Mark. This is the problem. When you just speak to Spurs fans about Spurs players, it's very difficult to get a proper answer. You go and ask any of the other big clubs if they're worried about Tell or Solanke. They're not worried, but we're going to try to big him up. Hey, it is what it is. Guys, girls, I'm going to leave it there. We're going to be back at 6 p.m. today for Savva and Lubo. Ask us anything. Lubo's back. He's happy at the moment because Levy apparently has stepped aside. So get your questions in ready for him. Richard has said, Inter Milan, what Paulinho? Bayern are willing to listen to offers. I mean, I'd love him. I'm sure I'd absolutely love him. I can't see why we wouldn't go in for him. That would be amazing. Big up to you for that. And big up to Facts Only, who said, Tell, disappointing. Only Frank can save us. Look, Tell is another young hit and hope who's done nothing in football. Let's wait and see. If he grows into a top player, happy days. If he doesn't, waste of money. That's football. Yeah. As my man Danny would said, it's dog eat dog out there. Big up to each and every one of you. I am going to go. I've got to make one video that will be coming out about 3 o'clock. Other than that, much love. Take care. Thank you for all the likes, all the subscribers. Please subscribe on your way out. And as always, come on, you Spurs, and join me at 6 p.m.